Hey guys, welcome back. Building big with City Skylines. This is episode 8. I'm Enigmius, and today we're revamping our industrial area. We've learned a few things about how we like to set up our roads, and we've been using those things to good effect, and now we really need to revamp this area down here to reflect that before we make it any bigger, because if you look down at the bottom of the screen, the people want more industrial, and it doesn't make sense to zone more until we've solved some of the problems. You can see everything's on fire. We have a firehouse down here, I believe. Yeah, right there. But it can't really get to where it needs to be to put out these fires. So we're going to change some things up. Before we get into that, just very quickly, I want to show you what I've done since the last episode. I just did a little bit of fiddling around on my own. We set up this highway thing in the last episode that's going to be the main sort of artery traveling through our city as it grows and expands to get traffic to and fro in large volumes, hopefully as quickly as possible. And then I wanted to have kind of like a parallel access road thing that people, you know, if you want to get down here and do some shopping in a commercial area, you can duck off the main highway and come down here where it's a little less trafficked and do what you need to do. If you're down here already and you just want to kind of cut across and get up in here, there's going to be some places that you can go underneath. Hint, hint. That will let you go over there a little bit faster without having to get onto the highway and go all the way down as far as the highway goes and then come back around. This little bend here isn't permanent. It's just there to kind of keep traffic moving on the highway, whatever traffic we have, while we're expanding. So we wanted to make sure that we had some bypass things that people could get through. This is certainly not going to be the only one, and it's probably not going to be the only position. I can see putting one right down here just to kind of connect there, or when we expand the residential, there will be use for something down here. This is going to change a little bit, but the main thing is I raised up the highway itself because I felt it would be easier to keep things working nicely and also looking nice if I raised the highway and then just kept all the roads down below, as opposed to having the highway on the ground and having to do all of these little interchanges and bypasses and things as overpasses. Because as we saw in the last episode, you can have a lot of fun with really crazy elevated overpasses, but it's difficult to get looking nice. So that's basically all I did, was I tidied this up. And as a result, the problems that we were having with the garbage, specifically related to the fact that the garbage trucks couldn't get to the residential area, have basically solved themselves. And there's a couple of houses that are abandoned, 3. We're going to ignore them for now. It's not that big of a deal. And I moved the police and the fire station that were placed temporarily, and they're up here somewhere now, waiting the final revision pass on the traffic network in our residential area. I'm happy with the way most of it is set up, but we still have to do something about the major kind of things going around that way. So for now, we're looking down here at the industrial area. We're paused. I think we have enough money to do what we want to do. So we kind of have to look at how everything is flowing so far. We've got our traffic circle here, and it comes here, and it's got to come all the way over here to get down to the garbage, which is not at all ideal. In fact, I pretty much hate it, and I think it's going even in the wrong direction relative to what I want it to be doing. So we're going to do a little sneaky, I hope it'll be sneaky, but it's going to start with sorting this out, so it hopefully makes a little bit more sense in the grand scheme of things, and that's got kind of an abrupt sort of bend to it. So we're going to go roads, and yes, one way. Some people get very upset that I keep trying things with these one-way roads. That's how I learn, is I try things. And then if they don't work, I try something else. And if they do work, after everyone said, don't do it, it won't work, then I say, haha, you were wrong. That's a little bit better. So we're actually going to have this road flowing this way now. I know it's not flowing that way now, but this part is. And it's going to be going back up into the traffic circle for easy access into the residential area for all our garbage trucks. And in order to facilitate that, we're going to reverse this road. This poor bastard's not going to know what hit him. And we're going to go down like that. So now garbage trucks will be leaving here and going up this way. And then what we're going to do is more of this guy. We're just going to remove that so that we can keep everything straight, a little bit easier. I don't even think that we have to worry too much about having any kind of loop or something to send traffic down here, but what we do need to do is we've given the garbage trucks a much easier way now to get into the residential area. That will help. We also want to make sure that they have an opportunity to get back via a fairly efficient route so that the pickups can happen relatively efficiently, because it seems to be that it actually does track. A certain garbage truck can only pick up so much garbage. So what we'll do is something here. Let's reverse this whole guy. But we have to be very careful because the traffic's only going to be coming this way. So if we go like that and then allow it to come down this way and then back over, that'll be a complete loop, and it'll keep things kind of still pushing them towards the traffic circle. The highway will be there for future use, but for now, I think that's a good idea, is we'll just kind of move it and oh, it was already on that guy. And then we'll go like so and like so. And we don't want upgrade anymore, we want the bendy. And we'll kind of do a soft bend coming off the one-way shenanigan. And then I don't even know if we can do that without making it look terrible. A little bit like so, and then distance too short. It's not too short. There. That'll work. And then we just have to upgrade that guy. But being that this is an industrial area, and we're going to have, realistically speaking, I would suspect a lot of traffic, a lot of large vehicle traffic passing through here, which is not to say that the game necessarily tracks, size of vehicles relative to what kind of roads they like to drive on, but maybe it does. So we're going to bring that up to there, and actually we're going to fix this. I don't like that either. I'm going to sort that out so it's a little bit more like so. Quit it. Go where I tell you to go. You know what? Let's do it like this. There. Problem solved. That's a bit better. And we'll just kind of... We're looking for the little dead end thing that would tell me that I put them all in the wrong place. But it seems to be they're okay. That is just bloody awful. There's no excuse for that at all. Let's go like this. And again, it's okay if it starts off going the wrong way. We can turn it around as required on the fly. And like so. We got some stop signs, but they're not the horrible kind of stop signs. What we do need to do is, again, that guy and that guy and that guy. So now traffic is flowing straight through that way, or it's coming along that way and going down. But what do we have? We have to acquire a 4-lane road with parking spaces. Supports medium traffic. Got this guy, which is a 6-lane one-way road. Decorations, lower noise pollution, supports high traffic. What, space already occupied, slope too steep. The hell? Wasn't supposed to do that. What do we got? Road, upgrade. Space already occupied, slope too steep. I don't think it is. I think somebody's telling me funny stories. Space already occupied. It's showing me all those guys will get bulldozed. I'm just trying to see if we can't set this up for slightly higher traffic from the very beginning. and maybe get a little bit more use out of it that way. Let's start it up like this. I would rather do this now while we're setting up the industrial down here and maybe later displace some of this commercial than not do it and have to displace the commercial anyways, because that kind of seems to be what would happen if we weren't a little bit careful about how we set this up. We're going to set this like so, and no, it won't let me. And what about like this? Funny, it'll let me do it as long as there's nothing there. Let's try this. We'll get rid of you, and then will you let me? Yes, you will. And it's all going in the appropriate direction, and then it narrows to this ridiculous 2-lane one-way road. That's okay. If we see vehicles backing up here in a big way, then we know that's our indication to make some changes. The thing is, we don't have infinite money. Sometimes people forget that we don't always have the funds on hand to do everything that we would like to do, so we have to be careful and do what's most important to us now, and then do the rest later. Sometimes that's the way it just has to be. I want to get rid of this guy. And we'll try and make this go like so, and then a little bit bendy. Little bit bendy. No. What about... I have a feeling that if we do this too much, it's going to cost us a fortune in road maintenance. So we're going to be a little bit cautious about how we set this up. I think a little bit bendy there. And then we'll bring it down like so. A little bit bendy all the way down. And then we do a little bit bendy here. We definitely don't want to bulldoze our power stuff. That's very important. Can we upgrade this? Nope, can't upgrade that. So we're gonna have to move it. Move. Coming up with all these great ideas, and then they're replaced by great ideas until all of a sudden they're great ideas made out of bad ideas, and that's when we get into trouble. So we're gonna go like so. Let's just, rather than pushing our luck here. And then bendy. No. Not enough money. Wow, that's expensive. So let's do this instead. Let's do a little bit bendy. Up that way. I think that's something that we can work with. And we're going to have to start the simulation because we have $222 left. But we haven't necessarily completely ruined our road system yet. Not for a lack of trying, but you know how it is. Let's see here. Poor garbage truck. And a little bit more money is coming into the coffers. And we... Oh, yes. Yes, that's very nice. The foundations are emerging. And so now we're going to pause it briefly. We have a little bit of money. I just want to kind of get this through this part. And then we'll upgrade to here. And that'll be the main... sort of arterial thing feeding our industrial sections. So this guy's got to go, and that guy's got to go, and this guy's got to come over here. We are on bendy, yes, and will it let us bend? Why? Slope too steep, distance too short, space already occupied. see here. Trying to... What is it now? Slope too steep. How can the slope be too steep? Is it just because all the hilly cliffs and such? Because we could get rid of those with the appropriate amount of modding. What about this way? Can we go? No, we can't go that way. Let's try it with straight. Bandy won't work, we'll go straight. These guys, I have a feeling, are part of this shenanigan. And so are these. So let's try it this way. Turns out they were part of the shenanigan. So with them out of the way, what can we do? Can we do something like this? Yes. And then we can upgrade like so. Now we've got a very large, very aggressive 6-lane one-way road looping around past the garbage. Garbage can get there. Garbage is going to have to come over this way. So now we'll start thinking about our roads and making sure that everybody has an opportunity to get to where they want to go. 6-lane road is a bit too much. 4-lane road with parking spaces. I'm not really worried about with parking spaces, but at the same time, I'm not really discouraged by the idea of having parking spaces either. It's, you know, sometimes people like to be able to park. I just want to... you're about... Oh, no, we don't want to destroy that. That's our park. So we're going to move our park out of the way temporarily. Which is hopefully... Yeah, it's cheap to relocate a park. And that guy, what about this guy? Firehouse. Not so cheap to relocate a firehouse. But not terrible either. Not enough money. What a jerk. Even though it does that sometimes. They'll say not enough money even though you have enough money. They're all mad now. Look, we're going to burn down again. And we're going to kind of... do this in stages. We might as well get rid of that, that guy, that poor guy. And then we'll just kind of clear out this area here. And really what I want to do is set ourselves up so that the one-way roads aren't as bad as they could be if we were just using exclusively one-way roads. So that'll get us started. No, it won't. We need a little bit more cleared out. Alright, now the roads and the... Oops. These ones. 4-lane with parking. So we're going to do a straight, like so. And not enough money. You jerk. What's it gonna take? All the garbage trucks just took off like rockets out of the dump. We're sick of sitting around here. Like so. And then I'm gonna come back on it like this. And then go like that. Space already occupied. Why? Why do you have to be like that? Tiny little industrial businesses. Space already occupied with what? Are you trying to tell me that I won't be able to do this? What do we have to bulldoze to make... Seriously? If that's what it was, that'd be kind of funny, actually. Yeah, kind of funny. And then we need to flip this around. So people coming down this way can cut along this way. and potentially pass through if they want to, or they can stop and do some business here. And conversely, we're going to do straight. Sometimes the Kirby's just, they end up looking worse, even though technically they should look better. It's just the way that they kind of get set up. And then again, we'll have these guys coming here, and if they realize, oh, I want to go that way, they can. If the garbage truck's coming out, say, oh, I want to go that way, they can. And then what we can do, before we sign off, is zone some of this. And that won't let me put anything there. Do. And then we'll have a little bit of room left up here for more dumps. Actually, you know what? We're going to leave some room up here, I think. And we're going to try and leave some room down here. And here for more garbage storage for the time being. It's going to be right next to industrial places who will be probably very unhappy with me. But that's okay, because I didn't ask them if they liked what I was doing. I'm just doing it. And now, do we want to... let's move this guy. Do we have enough to move him? No, we need to gather a few more funds. Those guys were very unhappy for a second because they had no power, but then this started going into place. And the unhappiness changed. Suddenly they were quite happy. The garbage trucks are on their way back with full loads. We're going to need another landfill very, very soon. But we need to be cautious about our funds now, because we're spending so much on roads and redoing things that we're not actually able to afford the services that we would like to put into place. So we're going to take this guy, and we're going to relocate him down. I wish I could just fit him in there. That would be fantastic, but we can't. So we're going to put him right here. Right in the corner, and then these guys will get good coverage. These guys won't, but that doesn't matter because they're going to get demolished very, very soon. And that's a good place to leave it. We've made some progress. We need to make a little bit more money, and we're going to basically continue this sort of setup farther that way, but we're going to have it a little more compact. We've got a big open area in here, which I don't necessarily mind, because if we do put garbage down here, we're going to need it. But we want fairly dense industrial down here to make use of the space that we're allotting everybody. And the traffic should be good and everything should be fine, and then we can do one final pass through here to get things working the way we'd like it, and then finally start expanding towards here and set up our forestry. So I'm having fun, despite some people not really having a very good time watching me learn as I go, but that's okay, because my fun is what matters. So if you want to be notified when I add future videos, you can always subscribe to my channel. You can follow me on social media. Links for social media always in the information section below the video. Please leave your comments and feedback. Just a reminder, if you have your YouTube settings set to not allow replies to your comments, I can't answer your questions. Just keep that in mind. Thanks for watching, guys, and take care.